What's up, everyone? It's the OOTP GM, and this is the 28th episode of my Detroit Tigers GM Let's Play here on Out of the Park Baseball 18. So we're here at the end of the regular season. It's actually the beginning of the ALDS and the NLDS series, the division series round. And before we get into our ALDS matchup with the Cleveland Indians, I did want to give you guys just a quick review of how the season went for us. So we ended up finishing the season with 113 wins, which is like the third most, I think, ever. I know the 01 Mariners had 116 wins, and I think the 98 or 99 Yankees had 114. So 113 wins for us. We just completely dominated in the second half of the season. We pulled away, beat Cleveland by 27 games in the division. And our team was just dominant from top to bottom. You can see here, first and second, in pretty much every offensive category that matters. First in all the pitching categories in the American League. We had a 322 run differential, which is not the best all time. The best all time is 411 by a Yankees, I want to say a 1950 something Yankees team. But 322 is still really, really good. I think it's in the top 10 all time. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. So our team was just really, really good this year. 963 runs scored is also really good, but there are teams that have scored over 1,000. So even recently, like the 99 Indians or 95 Indians, one of those two, scored like 1,000 runs. So anyways, our team was really good this year. We got great performances across the board. You can see our pitching staff was really great. Fulmer is most likely going to win the Cy Young Award again. He was first in the AL in wins and first in ERA, but he was second in strikeouts, so he did not win the pitching Triple Crown, but still had a really great year. And then we had Bo Burrows had his best year. Faedo and Buehler had their best years. You can see their WARs are all pretty much 4 and up. Burrows actually had a better FIP and WAR than Fulmer, but I still think Fulmer's going to win the Cy Young Award, because all of his other stats are way, way higher, like his ERA plus, and his ERA is better, and he has more strikeouts and more wins. But anyways, across the board, really great performances from our starters. Our bullpen, obviously, was really, really great. Even Duffy picked it up at the end of the year, 4.72 ERA. I think he was 11-5. Yeah, he was 11-5, so pitching staff, really, really good. Really pleased with how everybody did. In terms of our lineup, again, pretty solid top to bottom. We got great performances out of pretty much everybody, with the minor exception of Miguel Cabrera, who was just abysmal in the limited time that he had with us, especially the second half of the season. Cabrera, I am hoping and praying, and I know this is a terrible thing to say, that he retires after the season, because he still has a $32 million guaranteed next year, and there's no place for him on the team anymore. I'll get into it once we get to the off-season episode, what my options are with him if he decides not to retire, if that does happen. But, it's going to be really messy if he decides not to retire. So, but in regards to all of this, Bryce Harper probably is going to be the MVP winner again. He really turned things on in the second half of the season. His stats are slightly below last year, but still really, really good. Mike Trout, again, had an excellent season, better than last year with us. Eves, Pentecost, pretty much everybody up and down the board. Great years. Can't really complain there. All right, in terms of the playoffs, so Cleveland beat Toronto in the Wild Card Series, and then Philly beat Atlanta in the NL Wild Card Series. Division Series, we are playing Cleveland. You can see it'll be New York, Houston, Chicago, and Philly, and Los Angeles, New York in the other one. This is particularly interesting because New York and Los Angeles have been the only representatives for the NL in the World Series ever since I started doing this Tiger Series. So they're guaranteed, one of them is guaranteed to be in the NLCS, which means for like the 6th or 7th straight year, one of them could be in the World Series, which is just nuts. But we will be playing the Cleveland Indians here in the division series. They are our division opponent. We went 12-7 against them during the season. We played really well against them. I don't want to waste too much time going into it, but we did really well against them. They are missing a few big key players, though. Francisco Lindor and Carlos Carrasco are both out with injury, so we won't have to deal with them during the series. Lindor is especially a big loss because he's their star player. So, with that, let's go ahead and head right into Game 1, which will be us at home versus Cleveland in the American League Division Series. Alright, so it'll be Fulmer versus Plutko in Game 1. For those of you who might be new to my series, the way that I do these playoff games, where I'm actually physically doing the games, is I don't make any broad sweeping changes to the lineups here or even to the starting pitcher unless it's absolutely necessary. All I will do is do pitching changes, lineup changes if necessary during the game, and that's pretty much it. I let the computer handle the rest of it. So, all right, so here we are, Game 1, Cleveland versus Detroit, American League Division Series. All right, so here we are. We'll go ahead and we'll just get right into it here. Cleveland gets 2 in the top of the first. That's not a good start. But we get 1 back in the bottom of the first. Okay, we get 1 back in the bottom of the third, so it's 2-2 through 3. We get 1 in the bottom of the fourth. It's now 3-2. Fulmer at 65 pitches, so we'll do 1 more half inning here. All right, so it is 3-2 through 4.5. It is now 5-2 through 5. Fulmer's at 82 pitches, so I'm going to do until runners in scoring position and see if we can catch him before he gets too tired. All right, so Fulmer gets us 6 solid innings of work, 2 earned runs. He's at 94 pitches. I don't want to overwork him. If you watched my last playoff, the last playoff series that we did with the Tigers last year in 2021, you'll notice that I made a few really poor mistakes when it came to handling my pitcher, so I don't want him to repeat those mistakes this year. So I'm going to put Brady Dragmeyer. I'm going to get him warming up. He's going to go into the game after this inning. All right, so it is 5-2 through 6. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to get Fulmer out of there. 6 solid innings of work, only 2 earned runs. We're going to get Dragmeyer into the game. Dragmeyer has a clean top of the 7th for us. We get 1 more in the bottom of the 7th. It is now 6-2. I'm going to do Dragmeyer until runners in scoring position. All right, so 1 out, 1-1 count, man on second. Let's see if Dragmeyer can get past this guy. 3-1 count to Shaw. Fly ball to right. That'll be an out. And the runner will tag up to third, though. All right, so 2 outs. We're going to go ahead and let Dragmeyer face Naquin here. 1-2 count. Dribbler to the second baseman. And Dragmeyer, will get through that inning for us. So it is 6-2 through 7.5 here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get another pitcher warming up. We don't need our closer, obviously, today because we have more than a 3-run lead. So we're going to get Altavia warming up. He will close out the game for us here. And it's 6-2. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get Altavia into the game for Dragmeyer. Dragmeyer gives us 2 solid innings. Runners in scoring position. And Detroit will win Game 1, 6-2 over the Cleveland Indians. We get a great start from Fulmer, who goes 6 innings, allows just 2 earned runs, strikes out 9 with 94 pitches. We get a nice job from Dragmeyer, 2 solid innings of work from him, and a perfect 9th inning from Altavia. All right, so the Tigers take a 1-0 lead here. We will move forward, and we will play Game 2. Get right into Game 2 at home against Cleveland. Oh, wait, before I get into that, let me just make a quick note here. You might see that Sanchez has only got 1 to 2 weeks left of his injury, so if we manage to advance into the playoffs, he could theoretically be available for us for the World Series if we make it back to the World Series. I'm just going to spoil this now. He is not going to be on our roster for the World Series if we make it that far because he hasn't pitched all year, and with as important as it is, I don't want to throw a guy who hasn't pitched all year into that scenario. Plus, we had really great performances across the board from the rest of our team. So Sanchez is going to be on the sideline. So I just wanted to get that out of the way real quick in case anybody was thinking about that. But here we are. We're going to get into Game 2. It'll be Bo Burrows versus Mike Clevenger in the starting pitching matchup. You might see real quick, Burrows really, really great against Cleveland this year, 2-0, .64 ERA. All right, so let's get right into it. No score through 1. Cleveland gets 1 in the top of the second, but we get 5 in the bottom of the second. So it is 5-1 through 2. It is 5-1 through 3. Burrows is at 45 pitches. Still 5-1 through 4. 5-3 now through 4.5. All right, so Burrows is at 76 pitches. I'm going to do until runners in scoring position. All right, so he allows a solo home run here in the top of the 6th. He's only at 78 pitches, but I think just to be safe, I'm gonna get a couple of guys warming up. I'm gonna get Jimenez warming up, and even though it's only 5 innings, I'm also gonna get Bautista warming up. Let's get these 2 guys warming up here. Let's see if Burrows can get through the rest of this. Okay, so now we have a man on second. All right, so Burrow's struggling here, but he does manage to strike out Naquin. So 1 out, man still on second. 1-1 count to Castro. Castro hits a liner into left, and it'll be caught by Kendall. Great diving catch. So man still on second, 2 outs, Patterson at bat, Burrows pitching, and he strikes him out with a fastball, so Burrows will hold the damage to 1 run. So we're going to get him out of the game, though, even though he's at 92 pitches, probably could go longer. We're going to get him out, not going to take any chances. Jimenez will go into the game for him. We'll sit Bautista down. All right. Bottom of the 6th, we have a 5-4 lead. We get 3, though, in the bottom of the 6th. It is now 8-4. Jimenez, as you can see, is our new pitcher. He has a clean top of the 7th. We get 1 more in the bottom of the 7th, so it's now 9-4. Not going to take any chances here, though. I'll do until runners in the scoring position with Jimenez. He has another clean top of the 8th. I don't want to overwork my guys. He's at 29 pitches, so we will... let's see. Let's go ahead and get Altavilla back into the game. He had a nice inning yesterday, so we'll get Altavilla up. It is 9-4 currently through 7.5. We get another run in the bottom of the 8th. It is now 10-4. And we will go ahead and we will get Altavilla into the game to finish this out for us. And we win 10-4, Game 2 to take a 2-0 series lead against Cleveland in the American League Division Series. A decent, not great, but a decent start out of Burrows. 6 innings, 4 earned runs, but our bullpen again, great. Only allowing 2 hits over the final 3 innings. We really got to Clevenger early in this game. So we now have a 2-0 series lead over Cleveland as we will head to Cleveland for Game 3. And go ahead and give you guys a quick update on the playoffs. So Houston has a 2-0 lead at this point over New York. They two pretty close. I mean, first game 6-2, but close game there. Philadelphia has a 2-1 lead over the Chicago Cubs, and the Dodgers have a 2-1 lead over the New York Mets. So, we will head into Game 3 up against Cleveland. On the road, trying to sweep the Cleveland Indians. It'll be Walker Buehler against Danny Salazar. Salazar was awful against us this year, 0-3, ERA of almost 10. No need to make any lineup changes, even though Pentecost does not have a hit so far. Not going to make any changes at this point because they all had pretty good averages against Salazar this year. So we'll head right into Game 3, Salazar versus Buehler, and here we go. Okay. No score through 2. No score through 3. Bit of a pitcher's duel right now. We finally get one in the top of the 4th. Okay. 57 pitches. So Buehler's pitching a shutout right now. We have a 1-0 lead through 5. We get nothing in the top of the 6th. Buehler's at 73. I'm going to do runners in scoring position. And Buehler was injured. No! Oh, man. God, I hope that's... Oh, back stiffness. Okay. Thank you, God, it is not serious. Okay, I can live with that. That is okay. Alright, so we are in the bottom of the 6th now. I hate to get anybody up with no warm-up, but let's get Kayla into the game. We don't have a choice. We have to insert him with no warm-up. Alright, so we're going to do the next batter here, Francisco Mejia. 3-1 count. Kayla, obviously not really any time to warm up. He's going to walk him. Okay, wild pitch. So he moves up to second. 1-2 count, but he gets the strikeout. So a big move there by Kayla, having to get us out of a jam there with Buehler getting injured. All right, so it is now 1-0 after six. 9 pitches for Kayla. I am going to be safe, though. I'm going to wait and see what happens here. All right, so we get 2 in the top of the 7th. It is now 3-0. Kayla's still up. We're going to do until runners in scoring position with him. He gets us through the bottom of the 7th. Exactly what we needed. So we are going to... let's see. We are going to get AJ Minter, who is our setup man. We're going to get him warming up. Haven't needed to use him yet. All right, so we get 1 more in the top of the 8th. I'm still going to get Minter into the game. It is 4-0, bottom of the 8th. Minter gets us through a clean bottom of the 8th. Top of the 9th, we get nothing, so it is 4-0 heading into the bottom of the 9th. Minter actually struck out the side. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and let's just go batter by batter since we have a chance to sweep this series. And it looks like it is a fly. Oh, and Trout makes a diving catch in center. Beautiful. All right, so 1 out, Mejia up. And he hits a liner through the left side. All right, so man on first. Shaw up versus Minter. Shaw hits the fly ball into left. Looks like it'll be an easy catch, and it is. So 2 outs now. Cleveland down to their last out. Naquin up, and he strikes out. And the Detroit Tigers win the game 4-0, and they sweep the Indians to move on to the American League Championship Series for the second consecutive year. A second consecutive year, I believe, with a sweep for us as well. So a beautiful job overall by our team, and I'm excited. Looks like we are rolling again, so very, very nice job. Buehler unfortunately got hurt, but he looks like he's going to be fine for us moving forward. It was just back stiffness, only 3 days, so we dodged a bullet there. So he'll be fine moving forward. All right, so we're going to go ahead, and I'm just going to show you guys who wins here real quick for the rest of the series. We'll go ahead and move forward. All right, so the National League series are all tied 2-2 now. Houston and New York still 2-1. All right, so Houston wins their series 3-1 over New York, so we will be playing Houston in the ALCS. And let's see about the National League games. All right, so the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers managed to win their series. So it'll be the Tigers versus the Astros, and it'll be the Phillies versus the Dodgers in the American League and National League Championship Series, respectively. So that'll be our next episode, our matchup against the Houston Astros. But with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. Comments and feedback are always welcome. And I will see you guys for episode number 29, which will be the 2022 American League Championship Series versus the Houston Astros.